Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast.
What's happening?
We are coming at you on the most somber day in history. The Pope has died.
What?
Did you know that?
No, hell
The
no.
Pope died yesterday.
He died on Easter?
Yeah. That's a little fucking rude, don't you think?
Hold on. I probably shouldn't be fucking laughing at
Why
this,
not?
but-
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that
Sorry.
too.
Yeah.
But wasn't he a good pope?
He was good-ish, yeah.
I mean, he was.
Like, he admitted that gays were a thing.
Yeah.
Admitted that aliens were probably a thing. Semi-punished pedophiles, but more just kind of pulled them into the Vatican and was like, you just stay here now.
Yeah.
Rather than sending them out into other
Sending him
places.
to a
a deaf
shelter
colony.
where
Yeah,
it's a deaf
totally,
and blind
yeah.
kids.
So yeah, he was a little bit better, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just thought, I was thinking the other day, I found out this morning, and I thought, man, that's fucking rude.
Yeah.
How do you die on the day that Jesus rose? You know,
One guy
I wonder
raises, one guy goes down. Seems
what
like
do
a
you-
fair swap.
You think Jesus was mad about it, dude?
No, Jesus don't get mad. He's forgiving.
He was woodworking.
He gets
Yeah.
mad, dude.
Yeah, no.
Jesus gets mad.
Jesus doesn't get mad. He's all forgiving. All you have to do is say, I want Jesus in my heart, and he forgives you.
Does he?
That's what I was told.
Someone was throwing holy water on you.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's I woke up this
I
morning.
always love, especially growing up in the community I grew up in, where it was just chock full of either needing Jesus or having Jesus, and the preaching and all you got to do is say, Father, please accept me into whatever, and you are then welcome into the community.
Forgiven.
Yeah,
You could be the biggest piece of shit ever, forever, your whole entire life, and as long as you say those magic words right before you die,
You're
and
good.
mean it, you have to mean it.
yeah.
You know, because I think it's probably some sort of a metric on whether you mean it or not.
Well, I
that
mean,
counts.
he's
You know what I mean?
all-knowing, so
Yeah.
he's got to
Yeah.
kind of have an idea.
He knows your heart, dude.
Yeah.
He sees you when you're sleeping, sees you
Yeah.
when you're awake, knows if you've been bad or good,
Yeah. You know what?
and watched you sit on that post at the end of your bed, dude.
Directly on it, no
Yeah.
lube.
Yeah.
So, I always try to be the best person. Like, I just really tried, and it's not for any, I don't think about it or anything. I just really enjoy being there for people and helping people and doing stuff for people. Mm-hmm. And it seems like anytime shit like that goes down, that there's some sort of fucked up thing that happens to me when I'm doing it.
When you're trying to be a nice person?
Yeah. When you know what I mean? Like,
When you're trying to turn the other cheek or whatever it is you're
I'm
doing?
just trying to help people.
Yeah.
I just want to do stuff. Brother Andy passed away, and I'm trying to help raise money for Becky. And so this Sunday, I went to the bar and I made pulled pork sandwiches. And
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did pulled pork sandwiches. I did bacon wrapped hot dogs. We had mac and cheese, and we had a peach cobbler for sale. Mm-hmm. Pretty much sold out of everything. It was a great day. Raised some good money and helped him out. But in the middle of all of this, my brother was helping me load shit up in the back of my truck. And I have a big canopy. Like, it's a really big, nice canopy. It's kind of pretty fucking heavy to lift up. Well, my brother picked it up and threw it in the back of my truck and hit one of the handles on my...
nice.
And shattered the window. Completely shattered.
In your
it.
truck?
In my truck.
In the back?
The side window.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been looking around trying to find one, and it's about $500-$600 so far.
Is it for your camper or like the actual
No, the shell, the camper shell.
Oh, God. Yeah, those don't seem like easy.
No. And
replace,
it has the pet window, the dog window in the back, so
Right.
it gets air back there, and it flips up so that you can reach in the side.
Totally, yeah.
And it's just shattered.
So
bro.
your brother's not like going to step it up at all and help and pay for it or any of that shit? Not at all. They didn't even offer? Or?
Oh, he could,
did
I
it.
guess.
He did it, though,
Yeah, he
right?
did do it.
He did it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not like he didn't do it.
I don't anticipate it. If it was to happen,
Did you watch
I
it
would
happen?
be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
No, I walked outside and went.
Did he even say anything to you?
He didn't know. Yeah, he had no idea. So then, no, he didn't know because he was.
He would have said something.
Yeah, because I was instantly, not even really just mad, just like
Fuck.
butthurt, just fucking bummed. Here I am, trying to do my best, and here we go again. So then, I quit talking to him. I quit talking to anybody, really. I just fucking went and got what other shit I had to go get. And I put the peach cobbler in the front of my truck and closed the door and went and ran around and did all this. And then that happened. And then I go back and I go to throw some stuff in the front of the truck where the peach cobbler's at. And that peach cobbler had spilled out of the pan and all over the inside of my truck. And I figured it out when I opened the door and it just dripped down the side of my truck onto the ground and stuff. So
nice.
Yeah, man, it's karma's a real thing, I guess.
It's weird.
I'm trying to figure out how it works, but
I don't know. You have a I guess all of us. I think I've many times in my life when I have bent over backwards to help people, it just ends up being a huge pain in the ass most of the time. You know what I mean? And not that it's not worth it. You know what I mean? But there are many times where I'm like, I'm trying to be a nice person, and I've just got myself in this fucking situation where now I'm actually spending more money that I didn't need to spend. Fucking, it cost me more financially or emotionally than it was worth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just trying to fucking be a good person, and that's why I don't.
Yeah,
that's why I don't be a good person anymore.
You're really good at it.
Selfish as
you're
fuck.
You're just
dude.
so good at it.
Just, I mean, everyone's on their fucking own now. That's it.
I'm not that guy.
I know. And it gets you in a lot of fucking problems.
And yeah, it does. But I also, I don't. It's not going to stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing it. I was on my way here. Somebody passed away a couple days ago.
Oh, great.
Another young guy from Pierpont. God, I can't remember. I just was reading about it, and I can't remember his name, but he 40 years old, passed away from a heart attack, man.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, we should do something to help him pay for his expenses and stuff, because I know the family's not ready for it. It just happened.
Yeah. Well, don't fucking help nobody no more, dude. I think you need to put a hard kibosh on.
Yeah, I'm not.
And like it's worked for me, dude. And I'm doing really well. I'm thriving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thriving. People take as much help as you give them, and not that. Like I said, there's times you got death, major things that that's worthy of help. But just the day-to-day fucking request for, hey man, I'm struggling. Hey man, so am I.
Yeah.
And fucking good luck to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're moving, dude. Hey, you're moving.
Oh,
good luck to you.
I don't. That's
good
one
luck
thing.
to you.
That's one thing.
Good
I don't
luck
do.
to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you move, good luck to you, dude. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that shit anymore.
I can't tell you how many times.
Yeah.
I've helped people move, and then about 12 or 13 years ago now, before I moved in with Portia into the house I'm at now, I moved 3 times and moved the entire house by myself with no help.
Totally, dude.
And I mean, I'm moving the refrigerators, the beds, everything that I have, I'm doing it completely by I can move a house by myself. I don't need anything but a dolly and a furniture dolly, and I can get it. And did it, and then went, I'm not doing this. Plus, every time, again, that whole helping people, every time I help somebody move, I hurt my back. Yeah. I won't have hurt my back for 2 years, and somebody go, hey, can you help me move this? And I'll be like, yeah. And the second I do it, I hurt my back.
You know why? Because it's a frustration of watching someone else fucking do things.
Oh, that's
really what it is. That's how I get myself hurt. Because I can't fucking stand if I'm a machine. If I'm moving to do something, I'm doing the thing. You know what I mean? And when you watch people just dilly dally and shit, that's when I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I'll move this stove by myself. Yep. And I'll just pick it up, and I will hurt my back, and I'll get it in the fucking truck. Yep. And everyone will be impressed at my strength, and I will fucking suffer for weeks after because I'm impatient and I can't watch people move.
I had my problem. Before I stopped doing it, I had basic rules to helping, and I would tell people ahead of time, okay, here's how this works. I'll help you move if you get a U-Haul truck that's bigger than you need, and when I show up at the house, every single thing better be in a
fucking
cardboard
box,
single
dude.
box. You can stack them if you want to, and we can figure it out from there.
Sure, yeah,
I don't care. They can be all over the place, but if I come into your house and
you're
your
still
bed's
packing?
covered in clothes, I'm done.
You're
I'm
still
out.
packing,
I'm not
dude?
doing that.
You're still packing? Yeah. Nope.
We moved my brother one time, and he got the biggest U-Haul truck you could get, and he didn't pack a thing. We literally just threw everything in the back of the truck. I mean, we'd walk out, no ramp, just throwing shit in the back of the truck. Piles of clothes, mattresses. It was so bad. I did not help unload it at all. But I did. That's how we loaded that truck up, man.
That's insane.
Yeah, but if you have everything packed, it's easy. You grab a dolly, get a good dolly, one of them Costco dollies.
Easy,
get it done. It's easy.
I can't tell you how many times I've showed up to help my sisters move or
that sucks,
whatever,
'cause you
dude.
still
And
have to do
you're
that.
just like, and they're still packing.
Yeah.
They're still fucking packing, dude. And
Yeah.
I'm like, get me the fuck out of here, dude. I've moved probably, I'm going to say no less than 15 times in my life. You know what I mean? No less.
It's
no less than 15. That I can remember being a part of moving, whether it was my mom or my, and it's the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd rather if we move out of this house, which we're seeing what the fuck's going to happen in the next couple of years, I'd rather set it on fire with everything in it.
Yeah,
And just
I get
burn it, dude.
I get that.
Then pick up anything else. I'm ready to leave everything I have behind. You know what I mean? My thousands and thousands of records, my all my instruments, fuck it, I'm done. Like, I'm like so ready to be done with everything I own. I don't know what it is about me right now. I just can't, dude.
I've never. My first wife in 1999, we got divorced, and we had just bought a house, and when I moved out, I grabbed my suitcase, my truck, my dog, my Harley, and a few other things. But when I left there, it all fit in the bed of my short bed Chevy truck.
That's a move I'm talking about.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I kept.
Yeah.
And then like if I needed a bed, most of the time I just go down to the potato futon, the potato thing, whatever, over there in the corner.
Yeah.
And I'd buy a futon
Couch
mattress.
potato.
Yeah, couch potato.
Yeah.
Buy a futon mattress, and I just throw that on the floor. And because you can just roll that thing up, So now I got this big house with all this shit. And it's still kind of up in the air whether or not I get to keep it or not.
Oh, yeah.
And if I don't,
dude,
I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I bought a couch.
Hey.
I got a nice, expensive couch.
Hey.
I got a fish tank. I never owned a fish tank in my life because I knew I was going to move. So don't buy a fish tank. I got so much stuff, man. You know, it's ridiculous.
Can you put the camera on me, please? Don't fucking call me. I love you,
dude.
Don't
no
fucking
way.
forget my number,
I would
dude.
never,
Forget it.
ever,
You can call
ever
me, Jay.
think. I know, Kenny, and I can imagine you're going to be a big help after about fucking 10 minutes, and you hurt yourself somehow.
Yeah. No, Kenny's a workhorse.
Yeah, Kenny. The whole thing with me is I don't. As much as I help people, I don't ask for help. I just don't like doing it, man. Yeah. Because if I ask people for help and then they don't show up,
well, then you're
just like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I show up early and I come with a sense of urgency.
Yeah, okay.
Let's
that's
get the job done.
That's how I am. That's exactly how I am. I walk up going, okay,
where are we going?
Let's go. Yeah. I want this done. Mm-hmm. Let's go now. Yeah. And that's how I'm talking to people.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I want to get this shit done. Like, I don't have time. I just want it done as fast as we can get it done. You know?
Yeah, this shouldn't be a fucking 4-hour deal. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, anyway, first of all, if you did ask me for help, I would.
I know.
But I don't want to.
No.
I don't want to at all.
No, and you're going to complain the whole time.
I would not complain.
Might
be
worth just us fucking talking shit to each other the whole time.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of it.
I'm working on everything I can to make sure this doesn't happen. I'm doing everything I can to keep that house.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's sad, you know.
Yeah, stuff happens.
Not sadder than the Pope dying, but
no, that is. There's a lot of people that were probably really affected by that. Huh?
I know, yeah. It's weird.
I don't think about it because I don't know one person that has any type of religious belief at all.
Yeah. especially Catholic.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? So,
Which is not true. I've got quite a few of them. That
sure,
are,
yeah.
You know, I got a few Mexican friends that are, I don't know, they got rosary beads and
Yeah,
shit.
but they probably don't
tattooed
like
on
this Pope, so.
them. Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. I wonder who they're going to put in. I want to put in like a dark horse for the next one, dude.
Yeah.
Who'd be a good Pope? Let's see.
Ooh, Biden.
Biden be good, dude.
Biden
He's
be
about
good,
as
bro.
aware as all the
The
other
rest
ones.
of them,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good
Yeah,
one, dude.
put him behind a glass shield and have him just wave at people like he's done for the last 4 years. Oh, everybody. Fucking guys.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it is, I guess, is Monday a day? It is, Monday is a day. Easter was the day that Jesus rose, right?
On the calendar, it's
Mon-
actually
yeah.
labeled today is Easter as well. Easter Monday.
It's Easter Monday. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's labeled in the calendar.
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
That's a Google.
Because if he died on
corporatocracy
Friday,
label.
right,
And then he rose 3 days later.
it's technically today,
Oh, shit.
right? So I think Jesus actually rose today,
Huh.
if that's how it happened.
Apparently, the allegorical interpretation is the sun aligning with the southern crux.
Yeah.
Well, because it's another thing that they stole from pagan religion, probably,
Right,
right?
right.
That's what I'm going to assume, because most religious holidays were stole
Right.
because of some sort
Yeah, they
of
just renamed pagan holidays, yeah.
We'll make this one Easter,
Yeah.
you know, so that we take away
It's
their
based
holiday.
off the spring solstice.
Yeah.
The spring
Yeah.
equinox or whatever. It's like, which is weird because if Jesus did die on a certain day, why wouldn't we be celebrating the day?
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think anyone knows the actual
No.
time frame.
I don't even
It's like
think-
his birthday isn't even in December, as according to whatever the biblical text and where the fucking wise men use the stars to find him.
Yeah.
It's like not even fucking December at all.
No, but
You know what I mean?
Christmas is another holiday that
yeah.
was stolen from the pagans.
Yeah, it's winter
you know?
solstice.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, it's perfect, dude. It's perfect. It's a perfect cover up. Yeah. So we went we went camping at Casitas. That was pretty fun.
Nice. I wanted to come up and see you guys, but
It was fucking. You would have hated it. It was so packed, dude.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
every single campsite was full.
Yeah.
And I mean full. Like, 15 more tents than normal on every site. You know.
I've seen that. I've been
Yeah.
there for that. And
Actually-
usually that's when I leave.
Yeah, I got really lucky, dude, because we got there. My mom rented 2 sites way up in M. So if you don't know Lake Casitas, really cool lake. You can't swim in it, which is a bummer. But you can fish. You can do all the things. And it's pretty. Right in the spring, it was 70 degrees the whole time. It was perfect. So, and also we sold our trailer. So this is our first foyer back into tent camping, which is super fun. You know what I mean? We have all the shit for it. But we show up, and my mom had 2 sites. They're tiny. And they're sloped from each other, right? And I roll up, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's almost 6, 7 tents on it already, right? Because my whole entire family's there, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So I was just like, we'll just fucking hang out and then go home because there's just no fucking point, right? So as I was leaving, I saw one spot in that same M corridor that didn't have a tent on it. And I asked at the front, I was like, hey, is there any open spots in the M? They're like, yeah, we actually have one left. I was like, I'll take it. So I ended up getting our own camp spot, which was flat and nice and really fucking
shit, yeah.
killer, dude. And my whole family was like, motherfucker, how did you get that, right? So anyway, we set up our tent, and we got a pontoon boat all day Saturday. That was cool.
Yeah.
Went out and fucking cruised around and fished and had a great time, dude. And it was just, I haven't spent, my whole family was there, basically, like everyone, you know. My other sister was struggling for a long time with, substance abuse problems, is doing really good. And it was just so cool to spend time with her and do the thing, you know what I mean? But I will tell you, I did regret selling my fucking trailer, dude. After sleeping in a fucking tent, because we have a 2-roomer. We had 2 blow-up mattresses, one of which I just bought, which was really nice. And, of course, the kids land on that one. And then we get hammered and go to lay on the other one at night, me and Rosie, and it is fucking already half deflated. You know what I mean? So all night long, you're that whole like fucking rocking motion, right? And so Rosie, I couldn't take it anymore for some reason, and I was freezing. I had a kid's sleeping bag. Like, all the kids had the good ones, and I had literally a Bronson-sized fucking sleeping bag. So I'm, like, freezing to death. And now I'm, like, rolling and uncomfortable. And I fucking... Dude, in the middle of the night, for some reason, I made a straight executive decision to just completely deflate the fucking thing on Rosie. And because it's like a knob, right? So I hit this motherfucker, and she's like, "What the fuck? We're going down! We're going down! What's going?" And it's like 2 a.m, dude. And now she's giggling, and I'm like, "We fucking don't need it. Fuck this," you know? Because I hit it, and I was shocked by the amount of air that was still coming out. Like there's still a lot of fucking stuff in there, and dude, we spent she's like, "Okay, fucking Captain Stubing, fucking making decisions. We're going down on this ship, and I gotta sleep on the fucking floor." I mean, she's dying laughing, dude. We giggled our asses off at like 2 a.m, and you know what? I slept pretty goddamn good on the ground, dude. My back woke up. I was like, my back felt really good. I was like, and Rosie had the worst night's sleep ever in her life, dude. She's like, "I can't fucking believe you deflated our fucking mattress in the middle of the night." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know why I did it, but as soon as I did, I just died on the hill." I was like, "We don't need this thing."
I can understand, man.
Fuck it.
That air mattress shit, when it starts to get like that, dude, you're not sleeping anyways. You're just going to be miserable all night.
I was just rolling every fucking 30 minutes. My hips are hurting because I'm sleeping like in a banana now. You know what I mean? Like I was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, it sucks, dude. I hate it. Yeah.
It was so good. God, she was so fucking mad. She's all, I would have been fucking madder at you, but just your response and the fact that you were so fucking confident that it didn't make any difference. Like, it just made her laugh super hard. You know what I mean? we just woke up like giggling at like 2 a.m, dude. But man, it did make me miss my trailer. I was like, and I kind of wanted to prove a point, like, because I want to get another trailer. And Rosie's like, "We don't need one, blah, blah." I was like, "All right, well, we're going to get some real camping experience, dude. You're going to fucking know what it's like to sleep on the flow, dude." You know what I mean? So after that, I was like, "Hey, what's up with that trailer?" She's like, "Yeah, maybe we should look around." Yeah. And I was like, yeah, we should.
Well, we fucking should talk.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, or not.
We could, but. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. We'll talk.
Yeah.
If you really want to get rid of it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I went on a camping trip with Portia when her and I first met, and we hopped on the Harley and went to San Diego, and we got just south of L.A., like past Redondo and all that.
Sure.
And we found this campsite that was like in between 2 car dealerships. Dude. Yeah. I mean, and it was just
like you're on a bike, so you have a tent, maybe?
I had a tent.
Oh, my God.
And we went to this place. I think it was called it was called like the Flying Pig or something. And we went there and had dinner, and the food was amazing. It was a great spot. And then we get back to the tent, and I break the tent out, and I couldn't have slept in that tent by myself. Dude. And her and I were trying to sleep in it together.
She was not a small lady. She's tall as shit, dude.
6'1".
Yeah,
and so we slept in that tent that night, and it was the same kind of deal, though. Yeah. We slept in the tent. There were ants coming in the tent.
Oh, I love it.
There was so many different things that were going on, and we just laughed and giggled. We got no sleep. Left there, went to San Diego, and stayed at the W. So we went down there and stayed at a super nice hotel,
really
and hung out at the pool, and But that was one of my favorite trips we did, because it was just complete shit show trying to sleep in that little tiny ass tent, man.
So good. Yeah, that's when you know you got a good partner, dude. When they're willing, like, especially your wife, your girlfriend, a chick, when shit goes really south and they just find the funny in it, like you would, you know what I mean? Like, you have a fucking great partner, dude, because it just made me, I realized that it was a complete asshole move to deflate that motherfucker in the middle of the night.
Well, kind of, though. Hold on. Here's the true justification for that. I understand, though, is because it's so freaking miserable to try to lay on one of those things when it's got like half air in it.
Totally.
And because you're both sliding to the middle, you can't roll over, and I roll over a lot.
Yeah.
Everything is a fucking fight all night. So I'm with you.
And I get it, but she was willing to be fine with it. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, but she just thought it was so fucking funny and such an asshole move. Straight fucking.
That's the best.
And I did realize there was a lot more air in that motherfucker than I thought there was. You know what I mean? Like, we had probably all night before that thing really got low. You know what I mean? But it was just enough for me to be like, nah.
Yeah, fuck
we're
that.
Done. Fuck this. Dude.
I, again, totally understand. There's nothing worse.
Honestly, nothing worse. It made me miss a trailer fucking hard, dude. You know what I mean? But, oh well. We got Gypsy Dog in here, dude. Look at her.
This is a new one.
The chewing on her harness?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's mad at you for pinning her down. She's pinning her down, dude. She needs to explore.
Down.
What else we got going on? Fuck. Dude, there was something else I was going to bring up.
I don't know what that is.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Just blow out the springs on your chair?
Oh, fuck. That would not be the first time.
What was that?
The Get Heavy sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dude, I was like, damn, dude.
I sat in a plastic chair one time at my brother Harvey's house, and he was in the backyard. And it was the 4th of July, and I was in the front yard, and I went and sat down in that chair. And when I sat in the chair, it went pop, and I went straight to the floor. He was in the back, and he said that he just immediately started laughing his ass off because he knew exactly what had happened. He knew immediately Jay broke that chair.
Yeah.
You know?
We all have the one chair in our house that is just not trustworthy at all.
There's a lot of chairs everywhere in this world that I don't trust at all. I'd look at chair. You'll go to people's house and they'll have that plastic chair, and y'all look at it, and I'll just go, you got a bucket somewhere I can sit on? Because I'm not sitting on that chair. Oh, dude, the sun weathered is the one.
That's the one.
That is the one.
That's where it disintegrates on you.
Oh, man. And there's nothing worse than being a big dude and sitting in a chair, and that sucker just all 4 legs shoot out and just straight to the ground. Yeah,
It's the worst, dude. Yeah, I can't fucking, you can't trust them, dude.
Yeah.
You just can't trust those things.
No,
especially me. I'm, pretty thick,
We're both there, bro.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. My thing, too, is a chair with narrow arms where I'm having to sit like this the whole time. You know what I mean?
When we're on the airplane?
Like that, dude. Yeah, I fucking hate those chairs, man.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Went to Honey's mom's yesterday for Easter.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as we got there, I look in the back of the yard, and there's a love seat bench, like a plastic bench and that's immediately where I went to go sit.
Yeah.
And then my niece came over to sit with me and hang out with me, and she's like, you can't put your legs together? I went, no, I can't. I picked this chair for a reason.
Yeah, you go find your own chair.
Grab a chair, move it over here, or just stand there with me. I don't care, but this is my chair.
Yeah, I feel you, dude.
And she just sat down next to me anyways.
Yep. How was, so you went to Balcom yesterday?
Balcom was awesome.
Balcom Canyon Cider. Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast.
Yes. Blake and...
Go ahead.
No.
Christian.
Blake and Christian were there. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Christian had a speaker with a microphone, and he just kept talking the whole time.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was great, dude.
That's
He ate, but he cooked a tri-tip that was killer.
Oh, that's nice.
He had a bunch of ribs and chicken, and they got a new blueberry cider that I tried that was really, really good. And they got a new mango cider that's coming out. And he did a mango cider with the chamoy and the tahini.
Yeah.
So the chamoy
that's what I had. Yeah.
Oh, my God,
great,
dude. That was so good. I really liked the blueberry one a lot. But getting to hang, those guys are great, man. Yeah. I really, they were just all out there hanging out, having a good time, playing good music, and sampling ciders, man. They're such good dudes.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
And, it was awesome. Man, it was a great time.
Yeah.
Their ciders are killer. I
They
really,
are very good.
not just because they're a sponsor, because I like the cider and they were friends before.
Well, you carried it in the bar already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but they're really good dudes, and it was really, really cool, man.
That's awesome.
They got a lot of good stuff coming up, so I'm sure they'll be on here soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I just like those guys. You know
yep.
I mean? Yeah.
Hilarious, dude.
I love that you guys were sending me pictures of flipping me off. Basically calling me a piece of shit for not being there on Easter, on Jesus' birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Zombie Jesus Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
it was. I told you should come, and you're like, no, I ain't got time for them.
Yeah, it's true. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. Like I said, I'm not here to be a good person anymore.
You're doing a great job, buddy.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm just. I'm ready. I'm just ready to not be doing this anymore. Just whatever it is I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm
getting real antsy.
We need to go for a ride.
I think so. Yeah.
Like a long one.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been waking up lately, just getting fucking antsy about everything going on, dude. I just don't want to do it anymore. You know, just all sorts of things. I don't want to be working my job anymore. I don't want to fucking live here anymore. I want to go out and get a farm somewhere and a house and just have chickens and finish raising my kids and be done. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm hitting a weird time right now.
Sounds horrible.
I don't want to be involved in public life at all. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm like going through a weird thing right now.
Because you just really don't seem like somebody that would just go live on a ranch and do ranch shit.
I know, but that's the fantasy right now.
Well, that's everybody's fantasy.
I know,
and most
but
of it's not even kind of a reality when you actually have to go do the shit.
I know.
You know? I mean, and most people don't understand,
Yeah.
like, just to raise chickens or to raise, do a garden, raise chickens, have a horse or a cow or a pig. Or it's constant stuff.
work.
You have to, I like being able to go, hey, let's go meet at Lalo's and have a burrito.
I know, but I just, for right now, I don't know what it is. I just don't. I don't want to do any of it. It's really weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm depressed or something. I don't know.
I'd be worried that Bronson would start a forest fire.
Yeah. He absolutely would.
Yeah.
At one point, all the kids were having squirt gun fucking contests, and he runs up to me, and goes, "You need to take my shirt off." And I was like, "All right, you don't want to get wet?" He's like, "No, I want to be ripped." And he fucking. He's showing his muscles, and then went to try to execute every one of his cousins on the fucking squirt gun. But he'd be good on a farm, dude.
Yeah.
Get that kid some farm strength shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've been fantasizing so fucking hard about bailing on everything. I don't know what it is.
Part of my algorithm on all the stuff is I get listings for houses.
The houses.
And I'm just
that
like...
might be what's doing it.
Like, I can... What?
Yeah, $400,000. It'll be a 5-bedroom fucking Victorian on 15 acres in the middle of fucking Illinois.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck it, dude. You know what
Dude,
I mean?
we find one next to each other. We go out there and we can get a backhoe and a truck and a dump truck and
dude.
just start
our own little business. Yeah.
Yep.
But that involves me working, dude.
2 fast guys excavating.
Dirty bellies, clean money, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Totally. I don't know. I've been having this fucking fantasy lately where I think maybe because I'm just hitting like that point. I'm hitting that point now where half of my life is over. Like, it's for sure. If I get lucky, I'll live to 84. You know what I mean? I'm 42. Mm-hmm. If I get lucky, I'll live another this. Mm-hmm. And I just have been fantasizing about just not doing anything I've been doing my whole life lately. I don't know what it is, man. I just am like, I think it's because I'm starting to realize my kids are getting closer to being like independent and on their own. You know what I mean? Obviously Bronson we still got, but it's just weird. I don't know. I'm having this like total I don't want to fucking do anything that I've been doing. I want to change my whole life. I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? I'll keep doing whatever it is I'm doing because it'd be dumb to leave. But I've been for the last like month, dude. I just can't I can't shake this fact that I don't want to fucking be here anymore. You know what I mean?
Like in Ventura County?
Just in general, be this anymore. Me. Period. I want to be completely something different.
Honestly, bro, if I looked like you, I'd feel the same way. You know, it is completely understandable.
I was
if I had to
wrap back into being a dickhead, but yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't ever feel that.
It's weird. I never do either. I like being me most of the time.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't want to be. I don't want to be me at all.
I think that I've always been just trying to get to the next point my whole life. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't have the dad that taught me how to run an excavator or operate an excavator or however you want to say it.
You can say run.
So I didn't have all that.
Sure.
So everything was always just how do I get into the next thing?
Sure.
You know, I got into doing maintenance and had a good guy that taught me a lot of stuff, and thank you. But then after that, tried to get into selling motorcycles and doing that stuff because why wouldn't I? I mean, that's the best thing I could do, and that's a total flop. Nobody works at a Harley dealership and makes money except for the Harley dealer.
Right, that's true.
You know, they don't pay you anything. They treat you like crap, you know?
Yeah.
So now I got a job that pays me well, and I got great vacation and good benefits and all the other stuff, and I got a house kind of. So, like, I'm not...
Yeah, I don't know. Normally,
I don't walk out of my house looking at crackheads.
That's true.
You know, that's really, really nice.
Yeah,
you know, I don't walk over to the store to go get a Coke or like I drink Coke, but go next door to get a soda or whatever. And as I walk around the corner, there's 4 dudes that you got to immediately assess whether or not they're homies or not.
Or worth even going into the store.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. And all that stuff doesn't happen. So I'm pretty grateful for where we're at, man.
You know, it's not that I'm ungrateful. I just am going through a thing where I just don't want to fucking, like, I don't want to be in the rat race anymore, dude. Like, I just don't. I don't want to I want to be on a piece of property that's mine that I can fucking manage myself and no one fucks with me. You know what I mean? And if I have to fucking make money, I have to make money. But I don't know what it is. I'm just going through a thing where I like just don't, I don't want to fucking do this.
What?
You know?
I watched,
really weird.
was watching the Pete Santanita. I got to get his name right because I fucking love his show that he does on YouTube. But
where he goes around and interviews like
dude,
everyday people.
The other day it was in Arizona, and it was all Bureau of Land Management stuff, and people just go out there and live in their campers. One guy had a schoolie bus, one guy had a refurbished ambulance, one guy had a $2 million badass big diesel pusher.
Sure.
You know, I mean,
but they're like living in a community together.
Everybody kind of just lives out there because
don't want it.
Oh, you just want to be out in the middle of absolute nowhere.
I don't want. Well, like I said, I don't want to fucking help people anymore. I'm done. I want to have my own shit, and I do my thing on my property, and you guys have your shit over here. But I don't want a fucking school bus of hippies living near me at all.
Yeah,
asking me for favors.
The whole thing about living by yourself in those communities, like you thinking you're gonna do, doesn't work like that.
Works for my dad. He does pretty good.
Well, your dad also lives out in Trona.
He lives in Lancaster.
Lancaster's not out in the middle of nowhere, though.
No, but he's in unincorporated. He's got 2.5 acres. And he does his fucking thing, and his neighbors do their fucking thing.
Is he on the far east side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
the west side, yeah.
Most of those places, you got to kind of know your neighbors.
No, I'm not opposed to knowing my neighbors, but living in a commune type of thing is kind of what you're describing.
That's what you're assuming. I'm talking about people that just want to live by them. They want to live outside the grid. They don't want to have to pay for this or that or the other. They just want to kind of live out there. And you do have to help each other when stuff happens.
Sure.
You know, but they really just want to live off grid. They just don't want to deal with all the societal shit.
Yeah, I could see if we had a huge piece of property and everyone had their own fucking house on it or something, and it was like we were all within, distance of each other kind of shit.
Yeah.
But everyone has to be well established at that point. You know what I mean? Like to where they can build their own shit and do their thing and be subsistent. You know what I mean?
But that's not how that stuff works.
Yeah, that's something I'm not interested.
Yeah, that's why it's never going to happen for you.
It could happen, dude.
Yeah.
It could fucking happen. There will be a day where you'll be like, what happened to that dude? He's gone.
No, because you'll be trying to get me to go with you at that point.
I'm not getting you to go with me.
No, you're not. Yeah. But you'll try.
No.
You'll be like, hey.
Why would I try?
I found this nice little property out here in El Toronto. It's a whole nice community.
Trona Heights. Yeah.
Out here in Trona Heights.
No, dude, no.
But yeah, I have no interest.
I'm interested in you going halves on the property and then me icing you out of it somehow. I'm interested in that part.
I have zero interest in any of it.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, I've lived in areas, I've lived that life, and I just don't, having to fucking not being able to just go, I want an ice cream sandwich, and going and getting an ice cream sandwich, and not going, next time I go to the store next week, I have to remember to buy a box of ice cream sandwiches, and then the kids can only have the one ice cream sandwich for a week. That whole not being able to just do what you want when you want is not appealing to me.
Yeah, it's not that I want to be in the middle of nowhere. I think really, honestly, it's just the anxiety of me at my life at this point, not having any fucking thing that is mine. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's really what it is.
Yeah.
And understanding that it is not going to be possible to buy a house here for the most part. You know what I mean? Unless I have $150,000 to throw down on a pay. I think it's really the anxiety of like me being able to leave my kids with something that's of value. You know what I mean? First of all, and then the fact that I do love this town and it's nice. You know what I mean? I think my brain has switched this fantasy to where the only place it's going to work is going to be in the middle of the fucking country somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
so
that.
I think that's really the majority of it.
Like Northern California, which isn't, you can go up to Northern California and get a nice house cheap.
Sure.
Cheap. Yeah. Like really, really cheap right now because ever since the weed market's gone, they had lumber and that went.
Yeah.
And then once the lumber was gone, they had the illegal weed market, and now that's gone, and they have nothing.
Yeah.
And I looked like 2 months ago. I looked at property values up there. And
we're in like Arcadia, Humboldt area,
$150,000-$200,000. You can get property, nice house, big lot, big barn, big I mean, cheap.
Yeah,
cheap. Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. But then you're still in California,
and there's no job.
But you're still also in California, and taxes are fucking ridiculous for no reason.
That's going to keep going everywhere, though. I'm telling you, that's people. Unless somehow it changes, but I don't think that's. I think the more people keep moving to these different places, the more that it's going to start getting affected.
Probably, yeah. I think it's just the anxiety is that I'm 2 years old, and and like a lot of people, I'm in a much better financial position than a lot of my friends. You know what I mean? Like, we don't not make money. We make enough money to live and be fine and have a little bit in savings.
You make enough money to do more than live.
Sure, yeah.
You live a good life. Like,
I do live a good life. Yeah.
You don't come home and go, okay, we're fixing mac and cheese and hot dogs.
Right.
Unless you just want mac and cheese and hot dogs.
That's true.
You're not... you're not hurting in any way, shape, or form
not at
as
all.
far as that stuff
not
goes.
At all.
So maybe if you just kind of curtailed all that extra spending you do, maybe you could find something.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Yeah.
But maybe you should shut the fuck up when you're talking to me, dude. How's that? Okay? Fucking tell me how to spend my money.
Shut the fuck up with your reality.
Shut the fuck up with your hard truths, dude. Yeah. No, I think it's just a little. I'm just going through like a weird thing where I get to points where I've had it multiple times in my life where I'm like, everything I'm doing is just not working, and I don't want to fucking do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not talking about the podcast or nothing. Like, I'm not going to make any drastic decisions, but you just go through those waves where you're just like, you get so fucking tired of being in this thing. You know what I mean? Where at certain points I'm like, God, it'd just be fucking nice to just have some property. Fucking, your closest neighbor is a mile down the road. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I do my thing over here, whatever it is we do to make money. It's a retirement fantasy, honestly, that I'm thinking about 20 years too early, pretty much is what I'm doing.
I look around when we go out on the road and we do road trips, or when I'm out riding my motorcycle around and I see these spots. Like, I rode up to New Cayuma the other day, and it was a beautiful, beautiful ride. And as you're riding along, there's houses that are in the middle of nowhere.
Totally.
Just, I mean, nowhere.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I go, man, that'd be kind of cool. And then I think about where I'm at, and then how I would have to, like, there is a hardware store. The reality of everything kicks in.
And I've lived like that on the desert. I mean, there wasn't a fucking grocery store. It was the closest town was 25 miles away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get it. The inconvenience. I just like, part of me is like, fucking move on to a place, get a couple goats, couple chickens, fucking some sheep, grow vegetables. We're eating literally what we have in the garden, and we're eating whatever animal we killed this fucking winter. Like, that's like, it seems like such a simpler fucking life than all the things that we're doing all the fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the reality of the work of it is hard, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not oblivious to that, but I just, sometimes it's just like, God damn, dude.
No, I do the same, because I watch a ton of videos and a ton of shows and a ton of, like, watching Alaska stuff is some of my favorite stuff, and watching them do the off-grid stuff and living these things. I love to watch it. There's a kid, Will. God, I wish I could remember his Will I Survive or something like that. And he like built a house in Alaska or something. Like built a little a little place and he's a kid.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Look, I put up a basketball court out here.
Oh, I've seen that kid. Yeah.
And I look at him, I go, man, that dude, he just wakes up and fucks around all day.
Just does
essentially.
shit. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
But then, shit, they told me I have to move, so now
I was on federal land.
I got to move, and
totally.
That's the shit. I like our comforts.
I do too.
I've lived in such uncomfort.
The reason I get to fantasize about things is because I'm so comfortable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, that's really what it is. It's like I'm not lacking for comfort. Besides the fact that I had to sleep on the fucking air mattress the other day. Which was my fault. It's just weird. I don't know. I just feel like the last month I've been like, ugh.
I think there's so many people.
Part of me wants to get completely off of social media. Fucking be done, like, just not have to fucking worry about a motherfucking thing anymore. Maybe it's political turmoil everywhere, you know what I mean? All my friends who I love to death I mean, fucking foaming at the fucking mouth every 5 minutes. Something happens on the news. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you see people making ridiculous fucking comments, and I'm getting really tired of people just with the fucking absolute endless negativity one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Unfollow.
Yeah.
I look, man.
Totally.
I don't delete the friendships, but there is a buttload of people that I've started to unfollow.
Just fucking
and
done,
just
yeah.
like I'm just like, I cannot look at you saying and doing what you do every day anymore because you're just saying the same shit over and over and over again. And there's no, you know, like it is, it's just, it's nuts.
Yeah, it is. It's wild.
You know, and I'm over it. You know, we've talked about it, but I'm over it. I'm just over
Totally.
it. And I'm over it because of what happened in the last 4 years that everybody was completely fine with and ignored and never said a word. And now here we are 6 months into it. It's not even 6 months. It's 3 or 4 months into it.
Right.
And the end of the world is coming because we have a Nazi, fascist, racist guy in charge. Like,
Totally. It went so,
you know,
just so extreme. Yeah. That's wild. Which, you know, I'm not a huge fan of all the things he's doing at all.
No,
but
neither am I.
I just am so, it's like this whole fucking outrage cry of every motherfucking, it's like, good God, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone calm the fuck down, dude.
Hey, and we've talked about this. I don't know if I've said it on here, but I am 100% hoping that whatever happens right now and whatever goes on completely fucks the whole system up so bad that they have to start over.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
been
my
fucking
is
whole
my
thing
goal
forever.
and hope is that with all the shit that's going on that he burns it down. I think the thing with Doge and all this stuff where they're going in there and starting to point out all this shit that we have known is a problem for years and years and years, but now because the wrong person's doing it, everybody's up in an uproar. You know, when you seen when Hillary was saying it and you know, all these other Democrats are saying, hey, man, we got to clean up this shit that's going on in the government. And everybody's going, yes, yes. And then somebody else says it's that's not on their team. And they're like, oh, fascist motherfucking Nazis, man. Fuck these guys just trying to control the government, man.
Like, okay.
And you're like,
you
know, we can't keep letting thousands and thousands of immigrants come in. Now, can we figure out a way to do it and vet it and make sure that it's right and legal? Yeah, we can. You know, let's do it that way.
Yeah.
You know, you guys all agreed with that 8 years ago when it was said by somebody else.
Yeah.
Now you guys are losing your mind saying just the craziest shit constantly.
Even this morning, I saw about 7 or 8 fucking people online because J.D. Vance just went to the Vatican, like visited the Pope over the weekend.
Yeah.
And he left. And then the Pope died, and everyone's like, J.D. Vance fucking killed the Pope. You know, now you know, you're like, okay, I mean, maybe he fucking did. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's a very funny comment, you know what I mean? But it's also, it's like, dude, what? You know what I mean? Like,
well, did you see did you see the one where J.D. Vance was at a basketball or a hockey game or something, and they handed him a trophy? Like, they handed him some trophy, and when they handed him the trophy fell apart. Like the trophy wasn't. So they handed him the trophy, and then the line and what everybody was posting was, look at this idiot can't even hold a trophy. Like, and this guy's he can't even do this. You know, and if you watch the video, the guy hands him the trophy, and the trophy just falls over, and everybody is like, this fucking idiot, and they're like. You guys watch the video, or you just read the headline and just put it out there?
Yeah, you know, J.D. Vance killed the Pope, which, first of all, you guys don't even believe in God. You don't believe in the Pope. You wouldn't fucking blink twice about it. But now it's, you know, J.D. Vance killed the Pope, which is funny. It's inherently funny.
That is good.
And he, you know, who knows? He probably bored the guy to death. Honestly, you know what I mean. He's not the most exciting human, but it's just I'm just
he's not the most exciting
political
human,
fucking
but there's
outrage.
a good
is like,
solid chance he's going to be our next president.
Oh fuck! I don't know. Who knows?
Hey,
Hope
man,
not.
We live in an
I hope
area.
it just all goes, dude.
You're good, right?
Yeah, I don't.
We live in a community and environment that leads a certain way, and it is part of living on the left coast and living in the environment we live in, living around LA and San Francisco and Seattle and Portland and all this place where the whole thing is left and everybody is left. But between here and and the East Coast,
Yeah.
there's a lot of happy people seeing what's going on.
Totally, dude.
A lot.
Yeah.
And it seems to me like they got this new sheriff. Have you seen the? I can't
Oh,
think
yeah.
of, do you know his name?
No. Yeah, he's running for governor, I think.
Yeah,
right?
he's running for governor. Yep,
Yeah.
he's running for governor.
Yeah. He's a wild boy, dude.
I don't know if he's wild.
Yeah, I don't
think
know.
he might be pretty normal compared
Maybe,
to what
yeah.
we got from Gavin
Yeah.
Newsom.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom has taken away more of our rights to defend and protect ourselves in our own homes. You know what
true.
I mean? They just trying to pass another, I don't know if it passed or not, they're trying to pass another law where you cannot protect yourself in your home.
They were like trying to define what is excessive force defending yourself in your own home.
Yeah.
From a fucking burglary. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If I wanted to hold him down and chop his fucking fingers off, I think that's pretty reasonable. If the guy's breaking into my home to hurt my family,
you can't even kind of come close with that.
Well,
though.
yeah, of course. Yeah,
You know?
I think that's what that
treading.
new law. Huh?
That's treading.
Treading?
That's direct treading.
What does that mean?
They're justifying your means for how you defend yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really weird, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like looking at it the other day. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like trying to make definitions on what's legal, like defending
Yeah.
of your own fucking property and life.
But
Like,
the more
What the
more
fuck?
shit that Newsom throws out there like that,
right.
the more red this state's going to turn. And
Yeah.
it's already, we saw how
It
red
turned
it
pretty
turned
red,
during Trump's thing.
Yeah.
And I know a bunch of people that don't say anything and don't talk a lot about it, but there's a bunch of people I know that are going, this is crazy.
Yeah.
We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm right there.
Well,
I'm really tired of it.
Yeah.
You know,
everyone
I mean,
feels like that.
yeah, we
Well,
love
I
our
don't know if
state.
everyone does,
We
but-
love our state, but why do we have $1 in taxes on gas?
Right.
You know, we're the most well, I don't know about the most expensive, but we're pretty
We're
expensive to
fucking
buy.
up there. Dude.
Yeah.
We are way up there, man.
Yeah.
way up there. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, I don't know. It's just I think a lot of it is social media fatigue is what which I don't
agree.
find myself. The only thing I'm really on is our like podcast page. I'll realize that I haven't looked at my personal social media in a long time. Like,
Yeah.
and I'll go and I'll have 150 fucking messages. I'm like, oh boy,
Yeah.
I've been missing some shit, But I only do it to really post but I see shit. I scroll around and it's like, it's really honestly, Facebook is the one that I am absolutely going to delete. I think I'm done. Like I am, because I'll go on it every once in a while just because there's old friends and family members that it's nice to connect with, but I think I'm absolutely
part of the
fucking done,
Marketplace.
dude. Yeah, marketplace
Marketplace.
is pretty valuable, dude.
One of the things that I've noticed, especially more and more recently, is one of the things that you go on Facebook for is to see what's up with your friends and kind of connect
Sure.
with your community. But you'll scroll, and it'll be electric bike.
Yeah.
It'll be like you'll read something. It'll look like you'll read the headline, and you're like, "Oh shit!
Whoa, what the fuck?
Which one of my friends is this?"
Yeah,
And then you look up next to their face and their name, and it says "follow,"
totally.
and you're like, "What the?"
Yeah, just
and then
a lot of
every
advertisement.
once in a while you see what a friend's got going on.
Yeah.
and you're just I'm kind of
Isn't
over it, too.
Zuckerberg in a lot of trouble? Isn't he like? Aren't they getting sued to shit right now? What's going on with Facebook?
No idea. Didn't look
There's
into
some
it. I just
major
saw it.
like, what the fuck is going? Like
But-
he's in
but
like
it's
fucking.
because
Congress or
he's
court
not
right now.
Of course he is, because now the other side's going to come after him as hard as they can. Because he's not on their side anymore.
I don't know what. I wonder what it is. I'll look it up real quick. But
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
for hiding all the shit that he hid during COVID. How about we start there?
well,
I think
yeah.
that's what it's probably about.
I hope so, because that was bullshit. Of course, what's he going to do when the FBI comes in and tells him you can't do this anymore?
I mean,
You got to run this narrative.
This is a private entity. We do what we want here.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're going
Yeah.
after him for monopoly like laws. That's what they're saying that the way they acquired Instagram and WhatsApp was like completely fucking illegal, essentially.
What, they took money and bought it?
Well, I don't know the details of it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But it's basically the way in which they acquired both those companies was almost like forced hand, essentially, right? And you're not supposed to have a monopoly as a company, which okay.
Well,
Vanguard,
yeah, but I
BlackRock
mean,
were fine, you know. What I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But
you-
they're
and-
going after him for that. They
but
want
what
to
about-
split him up. Is
It's
what they want to do.
monopolistic after the fact.
Right.
Yeah, but Edison is a monopoly. We can't do anything
Edison
about that.
here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's good enough for me. I'm the one getting fucked by him. You know?
Certainly are.
I mean, Edison's a monopoly.
Yeah.
Radio. Radio is a complete monopoly now.
Yeah.
One or two people own all of the radio stations.
Yeah, Live Nation.
Live Nation, owns everything. How is that? You know what I mean?
And the billboards.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't hook my phone up to my truck stereo because I'm in and out of the truck all the time, so I just keep my phone and my headphones hooked up. So I have terrestrial radio on there, and it's 95.9 or something like that, and I just have it kind of turned up a little bit. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how many times I've heard Kendrick Lamar play in an hour.
Oh, dude.
In an hour.
Yeah.
Throughout
Well,
the day.
it's like KLOS.
It's constantly.
KLOS is the Red Hot Chili Peppers Foo Fighters radio station now. That's it. That's all it is, dude.
You're just
it's
like,
either
what
Red
is-
Hot Chili
yeah.
Peppers or the fucking Foo Fighters. Like, that's all I hear on KLOS.
Anytime
It's
anybody
ridiculous,
tells
dude.
me they listen to terrestrial radio anymore, I'm in shock.
Yeah, totally.
Those are
Total shock. Yeah.
Moonlander band.
Moonlanders?
So, never mind.
Wow. Talk about Moonlander. Come back to Earth, Kenny.
Kenny's gassing out.
Just stay away from the edibles, buddy.
You've been
Chili
inhaling that
Peppers
exhaust on that.
says the space is final frontier in a Hollywood basement.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Are you talking about the Katy Perry shit?
Negative.
The moon.
That's-
We should talk about that. Did you
Yes,
watch that?
that's-
The Katy Perry.
Did you happen to see the butterfly, the monarch butterfly? It was a promo to MK Ultra that came out of Katy Perry's hands, and I don't think
butterfly?
anybody caught. You don't.
I
Remember?
didn't. No, I
Okay,
didn't see that.
So
No, I didn't see
in the, she had a butterfly animatedly come out of her hand.
Okay.
And fly out of her hand.
Right.
That's a tribute to Project Monarch, which is an MK Ultra.
Okay. All right. Well, and then a lot of people. So obviously, Katy Perry and a bunch of other chicks went up into
Astronaut Katy Perry.
astronaut Katy Perry. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a 10-minute
Astronaut.
flight, I guess. You know what I mean? My favorite part is just the. First of all, if you had the opportunity to go up there, I don't know if you would. I would absolutely take it for sure. No, not interested at all. I would 100% take the opportunity for sure, right? To go up there.
We would have so much fun
And-
talking about that.
I know. And you cannot act like it wouldn't fucking blow your mind or change
no.
your perspective on the earth or whatever. So when she comes down and she's saying all this like weird esoteric shit and how much it changed her and this and that, I like part of me gets it because I'd probably be doing the same thing. But it's the fact that Katy Perry's saying it, right? Who's one of the richest fucking chicks ever, obviously talented. But it's either the backlash of
Who's she married to, Kenny?
I can't remember now. Someone
Will you look it up, buddy?
married?
she was married to Russell
Brand.
Russell Brand for a long time.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know who she's married to now, but just the you didn't just exit out of that, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so I mean, I can't act like I wouldn't be saying the same dumb shit. You know what I mean? But what I thought was very funny is I watched some of the footage of the actual them in because they get to the upper or the lower atmosphere of space, right? So just enough to where you lose gravity. And the only thing that I thought was you couldn't fucking pay me enough money to be stuck in a capsule with 6 cackling fucking bitches like that, where there was I don't think one moment of silence. You know what I mean?
Look,
like I need a minute to be like, shut the fuck up.
Look,
everyone stop talking. We're in space. Shut up.
It's my problem with it is you're not an astronaut.
Well,
You didn't do anything but jump in there and sit down on a plane and take off. You're
Yeah.
not like because when you do that, you're taken away from real astronauts,
Yeah.
real people that did
Yeah.
real work to get into a position
Right.
to do real stuff.
Yeah.
And then you guys throw
went
on
on a
some
ride.
blue suits
You
and
went on
take
a
a
ride.
plane
Yeah,
ride up
that's
higher
all-
than normal.
Yeah, totally,
and you
yeah.
guys are like when they
Yeah.
the disrespect
dude,
that they get saying that they're astronauts to real astronauts.
Right.
Real astronauts have to go through, be a doctor,
Yeah.
and then might get accepted
Yeah,
into the program,
totally, dude, yeah.
and then have to go and do all the stuff in the
Right,
program,
right.
men and women.
right.
And you guys just
You went on
had somebody
went on
bought you a
Bezos
plane
fun
ticket.
ride.
Yeah.
totally.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
It's insane, yeah. Meanwhile,
know?
there's a chick that was just up there for 190
dude.
fucking days and came back looking like death.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean? And everyone's like, well, we're glad you're home. And then Katy Perry goes up and everyone's like, yeah,
dude.
you know, like
It is absolutely fucking insane.
It's so silly
that happened and how profound what happened is, and they don't talk about it in media at all.
Oh, the fact that Elon Musk helped him out.
Yeah.
It's
and
wild.
the fact that the Biden administration was pretty much told him, no, we don't
want
your help.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want him to have that kudos going on during the election.
Yeah.
Save these fucking people's lives, man.
Like they made astronauts a political pawn, dude.
But hey,
and made him stick up there another 5 months. You know what I mean? Like,
but the left side is the good side.
Well, they're
you know. Yeah. I mean, I'm tired of it. It's just such hypocrisy. It's just insane hypocrisy.
Yeah.
The same fucking people that are all these good things about our side compared to their side. And they're doing the same stuff and worse.
It's fucking
10 years ago, the left side was a good side. Oh. You know, now they're talking about we need to kill all these fascists. Like, wait a minute. They just believe different stuff than you, and they need to die because...
Yeah, but they believe wrong, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're on the wrong side of history, bro.
Astronaut Perry overshadowed a story that was released about the Soviet astronauts or Soviet soldiers that were stoned by aliens. 7 of them were stoned by aliens.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Hold on.
That's a good one.
What do you mean, like they sat around and smoked pot?
No.
No, stoned them.
They turned them into stone. Yeah, there's like a Russian document that came out that basically says they're like, it was a long time ago, right?
Yeah, long time.
That in the fucking 60s or whatever, they had an encounter with with a group of aliens, and I think the Russians were shooting at them or something like that, and the aliens like turned everyone into stone and just booked. Like, yeah.
The moral of the story is don't fire at the aliens.
Which makes me think about Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Okay, true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, if you want to go ancient aliens, that whole fucking place was turned into salt and stone, right?
Huh.
Yeah, pretty wild, dude. Yeah, it's a weird document that just came out. You know, it's probably as valid as our Argentina, Hitler document. You know what I mean? But I did see that. It was pretty fascinating. I wonder how much that's fucking true. If they just straight turn these guys to stone. They're all, you know what? Fuck your molecules, dude.
Again,
we're gonna change you to something
different
else.
Stories that come into play, like you said with the Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah. You talk about that, and then that story, but does that story come from, hey,
it's okay.
Does that story come from the same type of deal as the floods and all the other stuff where, certain people think that the Bible, but so it's the same thing with the Sodom and Gomorrah as opposed to the aliens. So are we talking about aliens again? Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that mass flooding event was caused by asteroids hitting northern.
Yeah, but who sent the asteroids, dude?
Yeah, see,
aliens.
Here we go. Yeah.
Who sent those asteroids?
We need to get Eddie Bravo on here. Yeah. And the reason why it got hit is because the Earth was flat.
Totally.
If it was round, it would have went around it.
That's true.
Find the curve.
Yeah.
Find the curvature, bro. Well, fuck. I think we did it, dude. We're there. Check out our sponsors. We got Balcom Canyon Cider. They are awesome. They are a Ventura local company.
Fantastic
the best ciders you'll ever have in your life. You can find them in Vaughn's around here. You can find them at California Adventure now. You can find them all over the place. Check them out online. We love them very much. Check out Dead Man's Beard Co. And if you want
best beard product, I can't say this enough. Mm-hmm. I've been using their beard balm a lot lately, and I like it more because the last one that I got from was a beard wax. And it was a little bit stiffer and not so pliable. And with the beard balm, it's a lot softer, and it just put a little bit in, maybe about the nickel-sized piece in my palm, and rub my hands together, get it nice and hot, put it in my beard, brush it out, and it just works fantastic.
It does really good. So check out our code. It's in the link of this podcast. You can buy it from us or you can buy it from them. It doesn't really matter as long as you fucking buy it. If you want your beard to look on point, you want your wife to finally look at you like a man again.
Yes.
It will help. Dead Man's Beard Co.
All right. Peace.
Love you. Bye.